What's going on, traders? Today is June 5th. I want to go over in this video the swing trades I closed out this week. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ethan Chase and I post videos every single week on personal finance, investing, and life. I closed 2 swing trade positions this week and both of them I closed out today. The market had an awesome day. Let's take a look at the market right now. It gapped up and it's at $319, call it 320, and that's pretty significant. It's almost at where it was before the pandemic, and that's pretty significant. So with that said, if you have a good market conditions, you typically will have good market support in other areas of the market. So if you are long on stocks, then you should see that reflected in your P&L. So the first swing trade I want to go over is Omnicom OMC. This is a daily chart, so each candlestick is 1 day. This was a longer swing trade, but if you see, I kind of drew out support and resistance lines before the video, but if you see in this kind of range, which I will draw out right here, see, it's just been trading in that kind of horizontal range. So the high, the upper bound around $57, the lower bound about $50. And my kind of theory for that was if you could buy it at the lower range and then sell it at the higher range, that's a quick, $8 or so. And that's $8 a share. And if you, take a bunch of shares, that's good profit. And of course, you don't typically see this, but because of the volatility in the markets, because of the pandemic, and other stuff. There's a bunch going on right now around the world, not just in the US, but because of everything going on, there's a bunch of volatility, and volatility means room for profit. So that was my initial strategy, was to buy at the lower range and sell it at the higher range. And that sounds very simplistic. A 5-year-old could do it, and honestly, a 5-year-old can do it. Very simple, buy low, sell high. But I mean, sometimes less is more, and simplicity will make you money. So let's go into when I bought the stock. So I got in on this candle, which is May 22nd. So I got in on May 22nd. I purchased 20 shares around, and each share was $51.51. So pretty standard. It wasn't at the lowest part of the range, but it's pretty low enough. And my goal was, my profit level was to sell at the top of the range around $57, $58. But as this thing was progressing in the trade, I noticed it was kind of forming this ascending triangle. And when you see that, when you see higher highs, meaning the stock just keeps inching up and it keeps hitting a resistance level, it's likely to kind of burst up and break through it. And I adapted my strategy to, let me see if I could hold the stock to see if it could break above that range. And if you look in the past, it did right here. You see it had that one day where it kind of just popped up. Now it did sell back off, but you only need one solid day to, make that move and then sell into that move. So I changed my strategy and I waited for a nice gap up, and that's what I got. I ended up selling the stock today on June 5th for a nice $218 profit. So I sold today, June 5th, on this candle right here, closing out the 20 positions at a price of $62 and really 44 cents a share. So that's around $218 in profit in about 2 weeks. Comes out to around $15.50 a profit a day, which is awesome. The best thing about swing trading is that, it's not as risk, you're not, it's a little bit more risky than, or riskier than long-term, dividend or value investing, and of course you get a higher return for it, but it's not as risky as day trading, which is super risky, but also potential for a lot of returns. But I like swing trading because it's pretty passive. I have a job right now, so I can work at my job, but also monitor and trade the stock market. So it's super fun on just a trading level and a personal standpoint. But that was my swing trade on Omnicom. It was 2 weeks, and I made $218 off $1,000, which is pretty cool. Okay, the next stock was ACC, American Campus Communities, and basically this company provides all of these student or resident apartment buildings on college campuses, or most of them, like the higher end ones. So yeah, so this stock, as you see, it sold off because of the pandemic and whatever. But what I liked about it was it kept inching back up to a resistance line and then failing, coming back down, going back up, failing, coming back down, going back up. So once you see a stock kind of march forward, then retreat, then march forward, then retreat, and they're marching to that same point, it's kind of like inching its way up there before it just explodes and goes up. And that's kind of a pattern I like to trade. So I got in 3 days ago, so I got in June 2nd, and it was a little, kind of later, I guess you could say, but I really didn't see the trade until then, and it was perfect timing. But I got in June 2nd for 28 shares at $35.38. And my idea was, so this was this candle right here, and the idea was, okay, third time's a charm, so this is number 1, it hit that resistance level. This is number 2, it hits that resistance level. This is number 3. So tomorrow it's got to go up. Of course, it could go down, but how I like to hedge my risks and swing trades is pretty much twofold. One that I do is I really only invest in companies that I believe are good companies financially and operationally and from a business standpoint, because technically the ultimate hedge of a swing trade is to invest or swing trade stocks that you don't mind holding on for a couple of years and kind of converting them into a long-term investment, because we know historically that the mean return is around 10% or 8% of the broader market, and if you invest in at the very least a financially okay company, the stock price should rise over time, adjusted for inflation and all that. So that's a good hedge, but also you could set a stop loss, and my stop loss in the trade was around $32, pretty much right here. So it's a pretty tight stop loss, and the idea is it either works, or if it doesn't work, I get out. But yeah, that's how I like to do my swing trades. So I took 28 shares on June 2nd for $35, and then I sold them today, June 5th, on this candle right here for $39.85. So it was an awesome swing trade. I made $125.30 on that trade, and that's in 3 days. So that's around $41.67 a day. And the best thing about it, this is all passive, right? This is not something you need to work to do. It takes a little bit of work to find the stock and determine if you want to take a position in it. You need capital to invest, and you also need a risk appetite. But other than that, it's not like a 9 to 5. It's not like you're doing labor or manual labor. You're training your body to do something. You can sit at your desk or at your home or wherever and do it, which is why I like it. And the best thing about it for a new and young investor, so on both trades, I made $343. And if you take a finance course or if you read about finance, a dollar today is not worth the same as the same dollar tomorrow. It's worth a little bit more because you have time to invest it and see a return. So, I made $343, but really that $343 is really worth, I don't know, in 30, 40, 50 years, if I invest in, compound it, and get returns on it, it could be worth $1,000, $1,200, whatever. So I'm super excited with this return because I know when I reinvest it in the long term, it's just going to keep making more money for me. And that's also the beauty of swing trading. So if you like this video, hit the like button. It literally takes 2 seconds, but it helps me out and helps the video out, because then the YouTube algorithm will pick up on it and then show it to more people. Comment down below if you swing traded this week. If you did and you were green, comment down green so I know you made it to this part of the video. If you were red, comment down red, and maybe we could try to fix that over time. But all in all, I hope you enjoyed the video. The point of this video, these sorts of videos, is for me to explain my analysis. I learned how to trade primarily all through YouTube and free education, so I kind of want to give back in that sense. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button, because it's just awesome that we get notified, and every subscription for me is another step in my journey to financial freedom and independence.